The city is covered in snow tonight. Where did my love go? Santa, I'm waiting.
Hey friends, welcome back to Being Miss Fraser. Today we're doing something that makes the whole house feel warm and magical. We're decorating the kitchen for Christmas and setting up my hot cocoa bar. This is one of my favorite spaces to bring to life during the holidays, so grab something warm to sip on, get comfy cozy, and let's make this kitchen cozy together. I am starting today off by taking down all of my fall decor. Now, you did see a little bit of a snippet in the last video. If you haven't watched that yet, definitely go check that one out. I decorated my living room for Christmas. But anyway, I really have loved having these oranges and blacks and just all the fall decor up. But there is something just so refreshing about clearing everything down and making room for Christmas. So it feels like the season is officially changing, and I love having that clean slate before bringing out all the red and green of Christmas.
Santa, sleigh bells ringing and my friends by my side, but it's not the same.
Now, before I start decorating anything, I do want to put together another batch of my homemade hot cocoa mix. Y'all, I've shared this so many times before, and you guys have said you've tried it and you've loved it. I know it is so delicious. I love it myself, but it just makes the sweetest little tradition in the kitchen. The kids know Christmas is coming when they see me mixing this up. It smells so good, and it's the perfect thing to have on hand all season long. We love making some hot cocoa when it's time to go look at Christmas lights and all the things. So I love sharing this yummy tradition with you guys.
So please, Santa, bring back my love tonight. Oh, 'cause his love is all I need, and my love I can guarantee. So please, Santa, bring back my love.
Alrighty, now that the fall decor is down, the cocoa mix is ready. I am going to give the area just a little bit of a quick clean. Nothing major. I just want to wipe down the surfaces, clearing any crumbs or anything like that. Just making the space feel a little bit fresh again. So there's something so calming and relaxing about a clean kitchen, especially when you're getting ready to decorate for the holidays. So I just wanted to go ahead and make sure that we got all the dust away, anything left on the cabinets, anything left on the cabinets, counters, all the things. And then we're going to decorate, and I am so excited. It feels so much like Christmas in my kitchen now, and I cannot wait to share that with you.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately.
I do have to say that although Florida participated in fall or winter last week, we are back and feeling absolutely amazing outside. We're supposed to be in the lower 80s by the end of the week, and I cannot wait, you guys. I love my warm weather. I have been watching the snow flurries on Facebook and Instagram, and I am so glad. I will say there is nothing more magical than sitting inside and watching the snow fall in like the street lamp outside and just watching it sparkle under the light. That is absolutely beautiful. But after that, I want nothing to do with it. I don't like the cold. I don't like getting out in the snow and the ice and all that. And so there's just something that I've been enjoying watching it online as opposed to watching it out my front door. I am a warm weather girly, and I am so excited that the weather is finally warming back up here in Florida.
I've been wrapping presents for you.
Now it's time for my favorite part, but first I did want to bring over some of the pieces that I'm going to be using. Some pieces are new. I have found so many fun Winnie the Pooh mugs at HomeGoods and that on my search for the gingerbread cookie jar that is shaped like Winnie the Pooh. I think it's absolutely adorable. I have not found it yet, but I have found some other things that I absolutely love, and so I do like to try to mix things though between finding the new items and some of my well-loved decor that I've already had from previous years. It kind of helps keep everything feeling cozy and familiar, but also just kind of ups that space a little bit. You know, it gives it a little something extra, and I love that. So anyway, now that we're decorating the hot cocoa bar, I am just going to add these mugs and other decor. Of course, my toppings are going to be going up. I did just pick up some jars from Hobby Lobby and put some fun, fancy marshmallows in them that I found at TJ Maxx. My kids love these marshmallows. They have like different shapes, and I just think they are so fun for the season. And to add to the hot cocoa bar, not only does it give it a cute little look for decor, but it also just is perfect for those hot cocoa nights when you want a good hot cup of chocolate, and adding those fun little marshmallows is just such a treat. I also like to add in some like peppermint, I think they call it peppermint dust. I think it's more like peppermint sprinkles myself. But anyway, I don't know. Just adding these things to the hot cocoa bar, it makes it easy for my kids to use. But I also feel like it just adds a little bit of magic. Every time you walk by it, it's just absolutely perfect. It really becomes the heart of the kitchen during Christmas. So I love being able to do this for my family.
Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing all the place.
I did find a little Winnie the Pooh hot cocoa package. It comes like with the cups and some pre-mix inside of those little cups, like little travel cups. I did find those at Marshall's, Home Goods, something like that. And I just thought they would be really cute to pack up in the scale here. I just thought they were so stinking adorable, and I wanted to get them for my kids. They've already been begging to drink them, and so I think they are just absolutely so fun and just adds a little bit extra to that decor. I know they're not all red and green, but sometimes I feel like Christmas is more than just red and green, and it just adds a little bit extra touch of color.
What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your happy song.
All right, so we're going to be making hot chocolate spoons. I am so excited. They got so expensive in stores this year, so I decided to make my own. I just found some wooden spoons on Amazon. I got some different toppings here, some little mini marshmallows. Of course, you need your chocolate or almond bark, and then we also have a few different sprinkles, and then the coconut oil is just to help thin out the almond bark. But this should be pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory, but it's going to be so fun, and I am so excited because my kids love these spoons. But like I said, they just got so expensive. I mean, before, I think last year I paid like $10 to $15, and this year they're up over $25. And I just can't see paying that much. So we're going to do it ourselves. These spoons, I think, were like $5 or $6 for 100 pieces. So I will make sure that I do link them always in my Amazon storefront if you are interested. But let's go ahead and make some of these. It's going to be so fun. This would be a great project for little kids. If you have kids or even like grandkids or neighbors' kids or whoever, you know, just a church project, whatever you want to do. I just think it would be so fun to gather everybody around and make them.
Gloria in excelsis Deo.
These spoons were seriously so easy to make. I made a little bit of a batch, and then I let my middle girls, my oldest was at work when I was doing this, and then my son was helping my husband work on the truck. And so I had my middle girls out here making these, and it was so fun. It was just something simple that they could do and that I could do, and, you know, just kind of bringing in the Christmas spirit, I guess, if you will. They do melt perfectly into a cup of hot cocoa. Once you get them in there, you know, the temperature is nice and hot, and it just gives that extra just creamy flavor to the hot cocoa, and I just think they're super fun. So I will say I did put little like gingerbread sprinkles on mine that I made, and my kids said not to do that. So just a little bit of a tip from Tammy or Tammy's kids: don't use the little gingerbread sprinkles. They don't like them. They did love the little marshmallows though, those little dehydrated jet puffed bits, I guess, if you will. I picked those up at Walmart. I also picked up the sprinkles at Walmart Walmart. We always have sprinkles, on hand at Christmas time for any of those baking needs. We make lots of cookies and stuff at Christmas time, and so we always have a bunch of different sprinkle options. Now, you do want to buy your sprinkle options early, because if your Walmart is anything like mine, they definitely sell out quickly. So anyway, I did just go ahead and get almond bark, but you could use chocolate chips, like the little morsels, if you'd like. They do come in, a semi-sweet, milk chocolate. I think they even come in like white chocolate. A variety of different flavors in the milk chocolate chips. Now, if you're using chocolate chips, you'll probably need a little bit of coconut oil to help thin them out, just a little bit to keep them from being chunky. But the almond bark worked really well. It got nice, thin, and smooth, and I didn't even need any of the coconut oil. So I did just scoop some up onto a spoon. I set it on a piece of parchment paper on a cookie sheet, and then I went ahead and decorated from there. Once I got everything decorated the way I liked, I did put them into the fridge just to help them set up quicker. So eventually, if you wanted to leave them on the counter, eventually they will harden again. But I just thought it was easier to just throw them in the fridge and get them to firm up that way. As far as storage goes, I am just using an airtight jar, but you could get like little cellophane wrappers and tie little bows on them. That would be super cute. However, like I said, I'm just throwing them in this little airtight container. I found this again at Hobby Lobby. It is the same size as my marshmallows, and I will say that I did I overmade. I didn't know how many would fit in this jar, and I definitely overmade how many would, or overestimated. But you guys, this was just such a fun little homemade project, that just kind of adds that seasonal feel. It just makes it feel a little extra special. So it definitely was super fun, super easy. So definitely try this one out. So just to finish off the video here, I do want to go ahead and add the last few touches around the kitchen. I did add some greenery, wreaths and that on the cabinets, and some little cozy decor pieces around on the counters. I just think it's so fun just having that little bit of pop of red and some pieces that just kind of bring the whole thing together. So I don't know. I say nothing too overwhelming. However, I know I am more of a maximalist, where some of you may be more minimalists. Do whatever feels right for you. I just think it's so super fun to have all this little bit of decor. It just makes the space, feel warm and cozy and festive. And I really love when my kitchen finally feels ready for the season. There's just something extra special about walking into the kitchen and seeing the decor and just making everything feel so cozy and ready for full-on Christmas activities. I do want to say I found these towels. They are new. Not all of them are new. The red ones are not new, but the Winnie the Pooh ones are new, and I actually found those at Kohl's along with the Winnie the Pooh blanket that I used in the living room last week. So I just thought they were super cute. They were on sale, and of course you can use coupons at Kohl's and make things even cheaper. So I love that, and I love these towels, and they just kind of added a little extra touch to the kitchen. I did have some extra holiday towels, extra Christmas towels from years past, which is where those red ones come from, and then also some other ones that we will use throughout the season and just kind of mix them in with the ones we already have. I did pick up the rug as well. You'll see that here in a minute. But first, we're going to go ahead and get the wreaths on to... Oh, I forgot about these. My sponges. You guys know I love good... What are they called? Scrub Daddy sponge. I love my Scrub Daddy sponge. I do not like the Scrub Mummies. I don't like the little soft sponge behind the rougher sponge. I was so excited to find some Christmas ones. You guys know I love my Halloween ones for the season, and I was so excited to find Christmas ones. So we had to put the little Christmas tree out, but it did come with the snowflake and the reindeer as well. I just think they're so cute and so festive, and they're a little bit pricey for the holiday ones in my opinion. However, these sponges last forever, and so I think I bought the Halloween ones when we first moved here, and I just cleaned them out and packed them away, let them dry out, and put them away under the sink for the year until it's time again, you know. So we're not using them like all year rounds. We're just using them for the season. And so I don't know. I love it. I love being extra like that. If you guys know me, you know how extra I can be. If you guys have seen my videos, my decorating, you guys know I'm extra. You guys aren't new here. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get these wreaths put up on the cabinets as well. I love, love, love the extra touch that these wreaths give, adding to the cabinets. I think they are so pretty and cute and just the perfect simple touch. Plus they have a little bit of a sparkle, which I absolutely love that. I will say it probably would have pushed it over the top if they had lights in them too, but they don't. I did think about getting some fairy lights. However, I don't know, you know, then you have to have batteries and all the things. So, and those fairy lights never seem to last very long. But anyway, I am writing on my cabinets. It is just pencil. It washes right off. So don't you worry. I'm not ruining anything. And then I am using painter's tape to hold the ribbon on. I was going to use command strips, but if you guys have been around a while, you know the luck that I have with command strips, and I always have issues with them. So I was a little bit afraid to put command strips on my cabinets and not ruin them.
From this Christmas sun, it's gonna be you and me decorating tree from this Christmas sun, from this Christmas sun.
Like I said, it's time to change out the rug as well. I absolutely love this rug. I wish I could get my hands on the bigger one to put under my dining room table. It's such a nice thick wool rug, but I do have it attached, and so I kind of have to rip that up. You'll see a corner piece there in the reflection of the dishwasher. I did remove those off the floor. They're super cheap and easy to stick back down, and so I just peeled it up, and I'm going to replace those when we pick up the Christmas stuff. So I kind of estimated this rug being a little bit bigger than it was, but I think it's so fun. And honestly, I think it's a bathroom rug or a bathroom mat, the Christmas one, but I don't really care. I think it's so fun and festive, and it just gives that extra added touch. And of course, I have the matching one to put in front of the sliding door, but I just feel like it gives that extra added touch of Christmas to the kitchen. Alrighty, friends, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me. I truly, truly appreciate it. Shout out to 4K. I cannot believe we finally got up to 4K subscribers. Thank you all so much. I truly appreciate it. It literally means the world to me. But anyway, I hope this video brought you a little bit of peace and Christmas inspiration. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hype the video video. Let me know in the comments if you're decorating yet, and I hope you all stay happy, healthy, and safe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.